Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
And we are so tired because we have had our RadMini Step-Thrus just under 6 months.
This is July 21st, and we got them on January 28th.
Of 2020, and between COVID and being sheltered in place, we have just hit 1,000 miles each on our RadMini Step-Thrus. And we are currently at Caddo Lake National Wildlife Refuge, and we're going to get some information about this. It used to be some sort of an army installation because there are just roads everywhere and it's pretty level, and we've just been out here riding. But we want to talk to you about the bikes, and I'm going to be showing you the bikes because that's really what you're interested in if you're watching this video. And after 1,000 miles, we have absolutely no complaints. We've had people asking about the tires, and so let me just show you. After 1,000 miles, yeah, you can tell we put some miles on there, but we've still got great tread left.
And asking about if it were the original battery. Yes,
And yes, the battery, and we haven't noticed any difference in the charge length, duration, and stuff on the battery. I obviously need to clean the chain and gears, but we'll be getting that done. We've been out here riding, and there was a red clay road that we were on. Do want to tell you that we have each had a flat on our front tires, and that's because we've been doing some roads that are not just standard paved roads. And the only problem we had, if you will, was because we were traveling and I didn't have a container large enough to find where the puncture was on Mylina's, and we just had to get back to get home to make sure. Okay, let's see, we've gone a little over 11 miles here. You can see I've gone 1,011.
And I just turned 1,000.
And Mylina has 1,001. Okay, so our impression of Rad is, honestly, the longer we have them, the more impressed I am.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I took a little bit to try and decide, do I want to spend that much money on a bike? Because I was afraid like I'd be like a kid with a new toy who played with it a lot for about a week and then went. It's not been that way at all. I have loved the bike.
And honestly, I don't want to make this sound over dramatic, but to say that they've changed our lives, this is an example. If we didn't have these bikes, we would not be out here. And
a park ranger told us this is a great place to ride.
And this is really cool. I mean, we'll show you some of the footage from just this little park. There's an ammunition storage bunker over here we wouldn't have seen.
The lake itself.
Yeah.
Even though the park says it's on the lake, it's on the river.
Yeah, we're staying at Caddo Lake State Park, or anyway,
Yeah.
But so being able to get out and come over here on these bikes and ride for 11 miles over here, just exploring. And this is an awesome place. I mean, we've ridden over 11 miles and we've seen 2 vehicles. Both of them belong to the National Wildlife Refuge.
Or Stephen F. Austin.
Well, they weren't moving. They were just parked over at the lake. But so the point being, the bikes have held up well. Let's talk to you a little bit more about the bikes and things that we've added, and we added them fairly early on. Mylina put a bag here. I added the rear rack, and it's held up fine with the panniers. And we did actually use on this trip. We did use our flashing tail light. We had ridden out of a different park and
on a road.
It was a very rural area. And basically, we had seen 1 dog when we came out. We came back, there were 7. And so we opted not to ride back down that road. And we were on a little highway. And so I do have some safety stuff, reflective stuff that I can put on. put a couple on the saddlebags. We turned on our flashing lights so that people, if they were coming on that little highway, could see us more visibly. We love the taillights and headlights being integrated.
Yes.
We've used those a number of times. Adding the mirrors, that's definitely something that...
I'd highly recommend, if you're getting an electric bike in particular, you get some kind of mirror on it so that you can see what's coming up behind you.
But after 1,000 miles, the bikes are still extremely solid, and Mylina's we fold, and when we're traveling we fold it to transport, and it's doing great. The odometer, our control panel thing there, makes a great place to have a mask stored, since that's kind of where we are right now. And I mean, it's just normal wear and tear. You can see they definitely, like I said, we've been out here riding off-road and stuff, just from riding. We do carry an extra inner tube here, so if we're out somewhere, we have a multi-tool and tire tools in the bag with us in case we need it. Have a small air pump with us. We love this. Mine, I love the folding handle, because to store mine in the van to transport, that's what we put down on mine. But like I said, overall, you can see these bikes are still, I still consider them new.
I do too.
Even though we've got 1,000 miles on them.
They need a bath, but
definitely. But that's just because we're traveling and we're using them. We did add these seat cushions.
yes.
And when you reach a certain point, having that extra cushion on there is nice. But honestly, we have nothing but positive to say about them. And once again, RAD, we do get a $50 gift card if you mention to RAD that our videos have helped you decide to get a RAD.
Yeah, you were referred by Two Tired Teachers
at yahoo.com. But they are not paying us to make these videos.
Oh, no.
And if we had problems, we would tell you. Oh, that was a minor repair we made. Let me go on and tell you that. With
Well, it's kind of
it's a maintenance thing. The brake had gotten to where it was actually coming on up here, and all I had to do was just tighten the brake cable. So I want to be completely thorough here. That, and we have oiled the chains. I need to actually get in there and brush them off and everything like that. But that's it. We had, just keeping air.
Yeah,
Seriously, that's it.
it is.
And people ask often, how long does it take to charge the batteries? RAD has, you can look at their manuals, the owner manuals, and they have a charging time listed based on how far you've ridden. And it's also going to depend on how much pedal assist you've used.
And the weight of the rider, the weight of anything you're carrying. I mean,
but ballpark, that chart is pretty close from what we've noticed. And we rode yesterday
and today.
And
We're probably at between 15 and 20 miles.
And so it's probably going to take us about 3.5, 4 hours to get the batteries charged, maybe a little longer.
Yes.
And so like I said, I haven't noticed that that's taking longer or anything. We've had no issues whatsoever.
And we're still having great fun with them.
We are, well, like I said, this is let me just show you. This is, we would not be here if we didn't have our RADs. It's a national wildlife refuge, and we had a great time out here riding today. And this is the kind of stuff we get to do because we have them.
Yes.
And so we will be, we love our bikes, and if we have any issues or any problems down the road,
We'll let you know.
in the next, we'll probably do another review in 500 miles just to keep you posted, and then another 1,000. But we are loving them, and hope you've enjoyed our 1,000-mile review of our RadMini Step-Thru 2s. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.